And actually, there's a good source of information for the people who really like, getting into numbers and things. And I can put a link in there. The Thunder Beast Silencer Summit. If you Google that and go to their website, it'll take you to their Silencer Summit that they've been hosting the last 2 years. And they test all the different silencers on the exact same weapon systems and the same ammo and the same day, the same weather, same conditions. And the only thing they change is the silencers themselves. And you can actually get very accurate readings, probably more than even my brain can comprehend about all of this data. And you can get very specific decibel numbers. So that's kind of like that's the factual data where you can really tell. But in my experience, well, here's the thing. So the human ear can really only distinguish a difference between usually like 3 decibels. So two different sounds that are otherwise identical that are only 3 decibels apart. The human ear has a very difficult time telling those apart. So anything that you can hear differently, it's going to be at least 3 decibels different. And most people can definitely hear the difference between a flow through and a non-flow through silencer. We can hear it on our own just by changing the end cap, making it from the flow through end cap with the standard end cap. So I would estimate that in general, you're going to be looking at a 5 to 10 decibel difference, all else being equal. This is just my swag, is that you're going to be between 5 and 10 decibels louder on a full flow through. Now, it's a little more complicated than that on gas guns, because actually on all guns really, but especially gas power guns, there are 2 main sound components. There's at the muzzle and there's at the shooter's ear. You still have the shooter's ear element on a bolt gun, but it's much more important on a gas gun because you have an ejection port right there, right next to your face. And a lot of sound comes out of that ejection port because a lot of gas and energy comes out of that port, and you're going to get sound there too. So that number tends to be very skewed in a different way. And some people mistakenly think that that a flow through is quieter, but it's just quieter at the shooter's ear. When in reality, it's actually its report at the end of the muzzle, it can be dramatically louder, 15 decibels louder. But at your ear, it's so much less because there's no gas coming right out, right in your ejection port, which is right there. Your perception is that it can be that it's quieter at your ear, but your overall sound signature is absolutely going to be higher, and that's pretty much across the board